Hi and welcome to On the Record, your playbook for tapping India. Today we will look at if you want to issue ESOPs to your India team, how you can go about it. First and foremost is to devise a global ESOP policy which can support issuing stock options to international team members. While designing the global ESOP policy, you should include the equity type or instrument type which supports issuing it to international team members. So that type of stock options should be part of the ESOP policy. We have covered various types of stock options available in much more detail in another video. If you haven't watched that, I strongly recommend you should go ahead and see that first, and then you would be able to understand the various terminologies that I am talking. In the interest of time, I am not covering all of them in detail here. So there are broadly three stock types that I would highlight which is eligible for international employees. The first one is NSOs or non-qualified stock options. That's the most popular variety or way of issuing stock options if you want to issue just the stock options to the Indian employees. If you are trying to give cash payouts, then SAR, which is stock appreciation rights, or phantom stocks, those are better instruments if your primary objective is to give benefit of cash or upside of stocks to the employees rather than giving them actual stocks that they can exercise and keep it for them till the time they want it. Another one is RSUs or restricted stock units. This typically comes at free of cost, so this increases the cost of compliance and burden on both the employees and the company. So it is not very popular unless you are a listed company. So for early stage companies, RSUs is a possible instrument, but that is not very strongly recommended. Again, I highly recommend you to check our video where we have covered what an NSO is, what are the associated taxes, various conditions associated with it, not just NSOs, what are SARs, stock appreciation right, what is phantom stock, what is RSUs. So if you watch that video, you will get a complete insight as to what are the options available, what are the ifs and buts associated with each instrument. So decide on what would be the best thing for your India team, whether it is gonna be NSO, RSUs, SARs or phantom. So issue those stock options or ESOPs to the India team. Now once you have started issuing stock options to the India team on a yearly basis, and in India the financial year is from April to March. So as of March 31st, whatever is the valuation of stock options which is vested needs to be calculated. Even if it is not exercised, whatever has been vested to all the employees, you have to arrive at a fair valuation of those benefits, because those benefit and the value of these stock options also forms the part of your cost structure while calculating the transfer pricing markup. So whenever you are billing to your parent entity, again we are covered the details of transfer pricing in a separate video as to how it works. But the value of stock options that has already been vested forms the part of the cost structure, and on top of it you need to charge that markup and bring that money and end up paying a corporate tax on it as well. So that's why it is important to decide what kind of stock options is good for you to offer to your India team and how it plays an important role in deciding the tax implication and tax liabilities on the company and the employee as well. Another thing that you should note, in case if you are doing any cash payout, it has to be routed only through the subsidiary. You cannot pay it directly to employees because there are withholding taxes which is applicable. So that needs to be deducted and appropriate tax has to be calculated before making those cash payouts. Being an employer, it is your responsibility to do them. If you don't do it properly, there could be additional tax demands from the tax authorities on this aspect. So it is important, not even a single money is paid directly, everything is routed only through the subsidiary. Then only you can keep a control on withholding tax and the applicable taxes to be paid. Since you are issuing stock options to your Indian subsidiary employees, there are simplified FEMA guidelines available which helps you to roll out stock options without much of FEMA compliance, but still there are some compliances applicable, so you should follow them. They are much more simplified, but it is important that you comply with those FEMA laws and do the reporting as to what has been issued to various employees and all. That's it on how to issue ESOPs to your employees of Indian subsidiary. I hope this video will help you to decide what are the right equity type to give and how to go about it. Please do not forget about the potential tax implications around issuing the stock options. Every year you need to value them and pay taxes according to it. So keep these factors in mind while issuing the stock options to your Indian team. That's it, and thank you so much. Take care.